Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Salary Board meeting for August 27th for Center County. We are going to call things to order and offer at this time any public comment for items not appearing on today's Salary Board. Seeing no one who would like to make a comment, if there would be a comment to be made, just please feel free to unmute yourself, and we'd ask if you're not speaking to please keep yourself muted just so we can reduce echoes. Okay, moving on with the Salary Board, we'd look for a motion to approve our meeting minutes from August 20th. Would be a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes. Commissioner Higgins.
Second, Controller Moser.
Been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion is carried. We have with us our Court Administrator, Kendra Mickness. Good morning, Kendra. We'll turn this next item over to you.
Thank you. Good morning. This is a follow-up from last week's request. We had reclassified a position that we have for someone that is retiring next week. We had reclassified it to a criminal court coordinator. We have filled that position internally with a staff from the magistrate office. It's actually Judge Lockman's office in State College. The policy would have her coming in at $18.14 an hour, which is a salary grade 10K. We're actually asking to have her come in at a salary grade 10, but at the M level at $18.88. It's still savings. The person who's retiring actually is leaving her current salaries $43,000 and some rough, I think it's like $309. So this position then filling this staff would make then 36. So there is savings with that. She has been with the court since 2013. She's been at the magistrate office. She was actually transferred at one point to court administration before I was here because of budgetary issues. Remained here and then went back to the magistrate office. So she's well versed in magistrate matters, the criminal court system here. And I think I said in our memo, we are at this point very desperate for some consistent knowledge and assistance for the court just with everything going on, and she would be perfect for this position. On a side note to this, though, too, we are planning on making some changes, personnel changes, transfers in the magistrate offices so that we can possibly not post a position and not fill another position, that it would leave us two positions that would not be occupied so we could save some money. So I'm in the process of doing that. I spoke to those offices yesterday and told them we'd be making some changes. So my hope is that we can try to save some money here for the county moving forward for a few months.
Okay, thank you very much, Kendra. Is there any feedback, comments, questions for Kendra before we look for a motion?
No.
Okay. Hearing none, will there be a motion?
Motion to approve.
I will make the motion.
Oh, Steve's got it. I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kendra.
Yeah.
We have two items for elections, and I'm going to speak to them briefly. The first is so they're both approval of the change of rate for Jody Ned and Letitia Stefanko in our election and voter registration office. And we are going to be on the Board of Commissioners meeting looking at their job descriptions and updating those. And as we approach the November election, and also as we come out of the primary election, the amount of work that has been needed in that office when it specifically comes to vote by mail and the increase, the huge increase that we've seen, we feel it's important to better reflect that in the salaries for both of the individuals that are in the office. And so we did a lot of work on this. We want to bring this before the board for consideration today. But before we would look for a motion, any questions, more than happy to answer them and discuss them.
I have none.
Okay. All right. So we would look for a motion for these two items.
Motion to approve the rate change for Jody Ned and Letitia Stefanko in elections.
Second, Commissioner Higgins.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on these two items? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Okay. For our next item, we have a consideration of the approval change in title for Nathan Chervinsky, full-time probation officer, and he would be moving to a full-time school-based juvenile probation officer. And wanted to see if Kendra, anything you wanted to add to this item, or if I don't know if Ryan Smelter's on the phone potentially. Ryan, we could also have you talk to this if you'd like to.
I don't know if Ryan's on yet or not. I know he's coming on to the next meeting, but no, we're just asking for him to transfer from PO1 to PO2, and we're just asking for him to start at the salary grade A.
Okay, sounds good. Would there be a motion to that effect then?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Okay, thank you very much, Kendra. We would look at if there's any other, is there any other matters to come before the salary board before we look to adjourn? Hearing and seeing none, we'd look for a motion to adjourn at 10:08.
Motion to adjourn at 10:08.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor of adjourning say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. Okay, we are adjourned.